Hey friends, it's Rachel with Simple Tech Connections, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a subscription or a newsletter sign-up form inside of Mailerlite that you can embed in the footer of your WordPress site. Okay, so let's get started. So you're going to need two different windows open. You're going to need your Mailerlite open, and then you're going to need your WordPress dashboard open. So let's hop back over here to Mailerlite, and the first thing you're going to do is come over here on the left-hand side and click on Forms. Now, we want this form to be an embedded form, not a pop-up. So go ahead and click on Embedded Forms, and then we're just going to click on Create Form to create a new one. Okay, and we're going to name this form. So this is just going to go on my testing website that I use to try to break stuff and test out new things. So this is going to be ABD footer newsletter sign up form. That's a long name, but it's fine. Again, make sure embedded form is checked, then save and continue. Okay, so here is where you can choose which groups you want people added to when they submit this form. Okay, and so we're just gonna none of these are what I want. So I'm just gonna click on Add New Group, and this is gonna be the EBD footer signups. Okay, that's the group. Highly recommend always adding your people from form submissions to a particular group that's applicable to whatever they signed up for, just so you can keep everything straight. Your future self will thank you, I promise. Okay, so once we have that chosen, go ahead and click on continue. We'll talk about that in another video. I had a thought. We'll talk about it in another video. Okay, so that is just going to open up the default form for us to edit. Okay, so first things first, we're just going to go down this line and look at all this stuff. Now, this is not a design video, okay? This is just for the technical side of things, but I will tell you how everything works. So we're going to come over here first to the website, and we're going to go to Appearance, and we're going to go to Customize. Okay. And then once that opens, we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page down to where the footer is, because we need to know what color of background we need this form to have. So there's two different backgrounds we'll work with on your form. There is this background here, okay, and then there's the background of the actual little form box itself. All right, so let's scroll all the way down. Obviously, you can see I just have a basic theme on here. It's about sewing. Obviously, I don't have a blog about sewing, but anyways. Okay, so this footer has two different sections here. It has this bottom area and it has this area, and we're going to put our form right here. So we want to make sure we click here to work on this section. And let me go ahead and just fix this real quick. I'll be right back. There, now we can start from scratch, okay? All right, so as you can see, this footer, this section is just white, okay? So we want our background, this area over here, to be white. So you're gonna click on where it says background right here. And if you just click here, you can either paste in a hex code or you can just drag us to whatever color you need it to be, okay? So we are just gonna make it white. Now, you can also put in a background image if you want to, but that's not really gonna look right for our footer. So we're just going to use a white background. So then click on Save. The next thing we want to do is come down here, and this is going to be for the form background. So this color right here, okay? And so this is, I would recommend just using one of your brand colors or something like that. I'm just going to pick a color for funsies, but we can go from there. doesn't really matter. We'll just, actually, I like them a little bit lighter. So let's do one a little bit lighter. That's a pretty purple. Okay, let's do that. All right, and again, you can make this, set it an image as your background if you want to by clicking right here. Okay, so once you have your color set, click on Save. Now, the next thing we want to look at here is this layout. So actually come back up here with me. So you have three options for your layout. Okay, you have the default layout, which kind of stacks each thing on top of each other. Okay, you also have an horizontal type form, which kind of adds them horizontally. All right, and then you also have an option for a card, where you can put like a picture up here on the top, and then your stuff is below. Okay. Let's just work with a default for now and click on choose. Now let's come down here to our layout, and again, you can change your layout right here. You can do full width, so it takes up the full width of your page, or you can do default and you can change the width right here. So like if we wanted a bigger one, we could put in that if we wanted, like, those are pixels, so you could put in whatever you want to. So for a footer, probably about 400 is going to be about as big as you want it to be, unless it's going to take up a bigger portion of your footer area, but 400 is a good number to start with. You can change the radius of this, so like it changes how curved the edges are here if you want to. And then you can align your form to the left, to the center, or to the right, and that you'll see that option more like once you add it into your footer. Okay, let's just leave it on center for now, and then click on Save once you have that set the way you want to. Then you can come here and change your styles. Okay, so your heading, you can change the color, you can change the size, you can make it normal or bold weight, you can change the font family, and you can change how it's set, like if you want it justified to the left, to the right, or centered. Right, and then actually I'm going to leave that at 30 for there. You can do the same thing with this text right down here. I'm going to justify it to the center as well, but again, if you like it justified to the left or to the right, go for it. You can change that font size, you can change the colors. If you want to put a link in there, you can change the link colors, and you can set all of that stuff right here. Next, your form elements. The input is the background color. Okay, right here. So I'm going to leave it as white. It kind of depends on how you're designing things. So like if you're wanting to have more of like a dark type theme, you might want to set this to a darker color, but I'm going to leave it as white so it looks nice and clean and people can see what they're doing. And then your font color is going to be this color inside of here. I'm just going to leave it how it is. Same with the size. I'll just change this to my brand font. And then this has a little gray border around it. You can see if I increase that, it makes that border bigger. Okay. Again, design preferences. If you can change it, you can change the color right here, and then you can also change the border radius if you want those corners more rounded. Either way, whatever you want to do there to design it to fit your brand. Once you get that set the way you want it, click on Save. All right, label. So this form doesn't have the labels shown. So like if we set it that way, it would have like email up above here as well. And you can change those settings right here. If you were to add like a checkbox or something in here, these are the settings for that. And same for checkbox description. Now your call to action button right here, you can change the color of it. You can change the background color of it. I'll make it a dark purple, okay? And then you can change the hover color, which is this one, like when you hover over it. I'm just going to leave it as black for now. You can change the size of the font, the color of the font, make it normal or bold, and you can change the text family. And again, you can change the border radius to make those corners more rounded if you want to. All right. Now we can edit the text on here. So like this one, just go ahead and click on in this box, or you can click the little pencil button right here, okay? And you can type in like join our mailing list. And then you can type in whatever you want for here and then click on save. All right. And then if you click on in this box or click the little pencil button, you can change your form fields. Now, email obviously is necessary, and there's not really much you can edit. Now, you could change this if you wanted to and put like email address, but that's up to you. If you want to do that, just click on Save Changes. Now, if you want to grab their name as well, you would click on Add Field, okay? And then click the little Edit button, and you can change you can change like if you wanted this to say first name, you could do that. I just like to leave it as name. That way people can choose if they want to put their full name or their first name or whatever. Okay. And then you can make this a required option if you want to. Sometimes it becomes a barrier to having people sign up. So I just usually leave it not as listed as not required, even though I really like it when people sign up with their names. When you're adding fields down here on field type, you can also change it. Like if you wanted to add some checkboxes, you could do that. Okay. Obviously, I don't need that for footer, so I'm going to change this back to input and call it good. Okay. Now I want name to go above email, so I'm just going to click right here, drag it above the email, and then I'm happy with that. Click on save. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to edit our success message. So when somebody submits that form, it's good to let them know that they successfully submitted it, okay? So I'm just the colors, it pulls over from your form. I'm just gonna leave that how it is, and then I'm gonna edit this real quick, and you can have this say whatever you want to. So we can just say, thank you, you've successfully joined our subscriber list, you've successfully joined our email list, whatever fits with your voice and branding there, okay? Go ahead and click on save. Let's go back to our subscribe form, and I want to show you the settings right here. I forgot to go over that. So you can also add in, now this isn't as huge of a deal for a footer opt-in or form, but you can add in a privacy policy. You can add in a opt-in checkbox right there. You can add in a GDPR thing, which isn't going to fit in your footer very well, so I don't recommend that unless it's absolutely required for you where you are. And then if you want them to go to a specific web page, like if they sign up for this and you want them to go to another landing page, you would click on this and put that URL right there. And then you can also choose to have a reCAPTCHA option in there as well. But remember, this is going in our footer, and so we don't have a lot of space, so let's make it nice and small. So once you get all of that stuff set up, come up here and click on Done Editing. Now, this is going to create your form, and it's going to create a code for us to add, okay? So first of all, you have the share URL. If you wanted to, you would open that up. You could just add that link places and people would come to like this. It would be like a little landing page if you wanted to. Now, I mean, I don't recommend using this as a landing page, but that option is there if you need it. All right, let's come back to Mailerlite and go ahead and scroll down, and we need to click right here on this HTML code, okay? And then come down and click on this little copy button, and that is going to copy all of this text for us. Now we need to jump over to our WordPress site. Remember, we're in the customization area, and we've scrolled all the way down, and we're working here in our footer, okay? So this already has a widget box right here. Now, if I didn't have that, you could click this little plus button, and you could choose one of the widgets. Now, I know that widget number 6 for this website is empty, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Once that pops up, you can click on the settings button and then you come over here and click on add block, and we want to use the custom HTML again. Now, if that doesn't pop up, just type in HTML and click on that. Now, see where it says right here, write HTML? You're going to click your cursor in there, and you are just going to paste all of that text or all of that code that you just grabbed from your Mailerlite dashboard. Okay, and you can see it pops up a preview right here, and now you have a form in your footer. Now, obviously, this doesn't match the site. Design-wise, it's kind of a nightmare because, again, it doesn't match the site. What I would do if I were designing this, I would come down here, and so this is in this row right here. Okay, I would click on that, and I would probably change the layout. See how this one is selected and the two sides are pretty narrow. They're 25, 50, and 25. I would probably choose the 33, 33, 33, or however it's split up, and then kind of mess with that to see if I could get it spaced out a little bit better. But that is kind of the long and short of it. If you have any questions, just let me know. But that is how to create a opt-in form for your WordPress site footer on Mailerlite. And I'll see you in the next video.